What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mevits Football live stream. It's a sad day today, but how are you?
I am I am sad. Yes, I'm definitely sad. Yeah, it's like an emotional hangover and a physical one a little bit too. But you and I were just talking before the stream. Kind of get used to it as a Mexican. We never can make it past this round, and so I mean we made it past the last round, but still, it would have been a tall ask to go from here to Norway. Maybe not so much. I don't know. Obviously, they did Brazil. And then what, Argentina or Spain? Like it was a long road, but just happy the World Cup gave us. I think it was you don't, and maybe people don't really know too much about Mexican politics and the country right now. Very we talked about at length. Very homogeneous country, and so culture wise, people wise, I would say we're close. Um, but politically, over the last 12 years, it's gotten really bad, and it's gotten even worse recently. And so I feel like this was a really good opportunity, not just for people in Mexico, but people that have left Mexico, like myself, to kind of like come together and celebrate the shared heritage and the country. I can't recall in my 17 years here in New York having so much fun at a World Cup before. And while I definitely fumbled not going to one of the games in Mexico, yeah, you gotta be happy for the outcome if you're Mexican. Like I feel like we put our country in like the standard. We raise the standard, not just for football, but also for like tourism and all the news that people hear about. Like, right, every visitor that went to Mexico and you see it on social media is like, dude, this country's awesome. So in that sense, happy,
Good.
as one can be, but also heartbroken. And it was up to like 2 a.m. at a karaoke bar with like four of my new Mexican friends that I met, just singing like songs.
Yeah,
Yeah, how was your weekend?
it was good. I watched a lot of soccer, obviously. Hung out with my sister. She's not a big soccer watcher, so she was kind of doing her own thing. But yeah, it was nice. Celebrated the 4th of July. We made hot dogs. Took us about an hour to figure out the grill, but figured it
Wow,
out.
why was it difficult?
The gas was off.
Oh yeah, you
And
should.
we're like standing there, like, why isn't it going on?
Was it just you two?
Yes, I'm asking ChatGPT. I'm like, "Can somebody help me? I don't know how to do this." And then we figured it out. We asked the
Okay.
security guard at the place.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out. Yeah, 4th of July, I almost forgot. Obviously, we have the U.S. playing today, and I definitely want to discuss that
Oh, yeah.
unprecedented thing that happened over the weekend with the red card being taken back. But maybe let's go. It's been a few days since the games on Friday, but other than the Mexico game, I think one of the best games I've ever watched, let alone just cheered on, was the Cape Verde Argentina game that also kind of ended in heartbreak.
So
Um, but it was unbelievable to watch that game. One of those things where you're like, I'll never forget watching this game because it was
yeah.
so damn good. And how well Cape Verde fought back, and that second goal they scored. It's, I think, the goal of the tournament. I don't think it's going to be a better goal.
I don't know how that even like, I cannot even wrap my head around the fact they took that touch, shot it, and it went in upper corner. Like, it was beautiful.
You would, yeah, it was one of the best goals I've ever seen. Let alone like little Cape Verde,
Yeah.
500,000 people. I mean, that's literally half. Like Mexico, when we beat Ecuador, we had 1 million people in the streets of Mexico City celebrating.
Yeah.
That's twice the size of the whole country.
I don't get it. I mean, it's amazing. But I don't know, like, I did not think they were gonna win that game, but when they finally had the chance in the second goal, I was so cheering on. Like, I did not want Argentina to win, but for some reason they did. But
I feel
yeah,
like the whole world was cheering on Cape Verde. You know what I did? I immediately after the match ended, I ordered Vozinha's
did
jersey.
you? Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes. It says it's gonna take like 6 weeks. I don't care. You know, Sometimes I judge myself for getting like too. invested in sports, and sometimes I feel like it's like, does it really matter? Does it really count for anything? And at the end of the day, it doesn't. But sport can teach you so much,
Yeah.
right? And so here you have Bolsinha. By the way, Diego says Cabo Verde scared the shit out of me, and that Bolsinha is gonna land a great contract. But 40-year-old part-time plumber, part-time goalie for the national team of his little country, putting on a performance, right? And I feel like so many people feel like I'm 40, and like sometimes, I wake up, I'm like, well, did I make the right decisions in my life so far? But my life's not over, right? And we're just like
Yeah.
getting started. And to see him just succeed at that level, even though they lost, I think he was probably the biggest winner of that whole thing. Um, and it just made me happy too, because it just underscores an insane World Cup. We've been talking about this for goalies. I mean, the goalie performance has been one unlike anything I've seen. Even Pickford yesterday, that save he had versus Raul Jimenez, like bottom left. Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of want Argentina to move on, because they're defending champs, and it'll be great to get a rematch
Hmm.
with France, and have France take it this time. But this little Cinderella run that Cape Verde had, and the fact that nobody's ever going to take away the fact they played three former world champs: Spain, Uruguay, Argentina, and
Yeah.
they didn't lose in regulation. Like, they did not lose in 90 minutes to either of those teams. And so, yeah, hats off to Cape Verde. It was just something else. Volsinha, like, even there was a free kick that Messi kind of like took right after they blew the whistle, and he still saved it like that.
Yeah.
Most goalies would have been sleeping on that.
It was a tough one. It was like a hard shot ball too. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just think that he's so humble in the way that he speaks and just like about their country and about like it wasn't about winning or it wasn't about certain things. It was just that people he wanted people to know what Cape Verde was and like now it's gonna be spoken about. I don't know. I think it's just like so motivational.
yeah. I mean, at that stage, it can't even be about winning, right? Like, it's like about survival. It's about doing a good job, and so
Being happy with what you got out of it and all the work you put in to prepare for the World Cup because obviously it's like months of preparation. And I don't know, there's only one winner, and it wasn't like necessarily going to be Cape Verde. It's the fact they got that far and like did so well and put on such a performance. I feel like the most things I've seen on social media right now are people just being like, "I love Cape Verde." It's like the little boy in the stands, and they're like, "This is what it's all about." Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it.
yeah, no, definitely. I think for me also, their country is going to see a boost in tourism unlike anything else. We were like, all right, let's go to Cape Verde. It looks beautiful. Apparently, there's a lot of
Yeah.
sharks.
Oh,
The thing that turned me off was that you have to fly through Lisbon, and yeah, no, that immigration situation. Unless
no.
we're flying with Adam. Adam, you're watching this. You're the man.
Yeah.
But other, unless you're flying private, Lisbon Airport is a disgrace when it comes to immigration. So maybe not,
So
maybe
bad.
not. But Vosinha and the whole Cape Verde team, I think they should be super proud of themselves for what they accomplished, which was just undefeated performances versus three former world champs, and they just made Argentina work for it. Like, they took Argentina to overtime. They came back from down, being down twice, one in overtime. Like, that's insane. Like, this is just it's a dream performance. So
Oh, I
congrats to
wanted
them.
to win so bad though.
I know. Me too. And Argentina is one of those countries that Mexico doesn't really like. So it would have been fun to see them get knocked out by Cape Verde, but such a sport. I still have my chips on France. All right, the other round of 32 game was Ghana versus Colombia. I don't know if you watched this. It was the late game. I was happy that I watched like the first 20 minutes,
Yeah.
which meant I saw Colombia score, and that was it. I don't really know what else happened. Uh,
No, I honestly
so
did
our
not
notes,
watch him.
yeah, our notes here from PM Analytics say the scoreline makes it seem like this match was close, but it really wasn't. Ghana did not record a single shot on target. Colombia's gonna have a hard time if they can't score, right?
Yeah.
If that is true, where they were dominated this game, Ghana had no shots on target, but Colombia only put one goal up. Obviously, we saw Colombia dominate Portugal, but struggle to create actual scoring chances. They might struggle with Switzerland. They really might struggle with Switzerland the next match in the round of 16.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think Colombia. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're missing something. They keep winning, but they're missing something. Maybe they're
We don't
turned on
have
for the
like
next.
I don't know, because I feel like Mexico's game prior to the most recent was pretty good, but I think that they're like coming out with the wins, but they're not performing in the way that they should be, especially at this point in the tournament. Like you need to kind of get the pieces together. I don't think Colombia has done that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Let's jump to the round of 16. This was over the 4th of July. Yeah, I remember. So in the Catskills. 3-0 Canada lost to Morocco. I think no surprises here. Again, if you're not somebody who really follows football closely, Morocco is the best African country. They're ranked like 6 or 7 in the world. They're a very strong side. They've had good performances in the World Cups, making it all the way to semifinals. They can score. They create a lot of chances. And they have stars that play for PSG and like all the big teams. So it's funny because it's a country that's exported a lot of people, but it's also a team that feels like 9 or 10
Mhm.
players who were not actually born in Morocco,
Yeah.
which is it's really funny, and it just I guess highlights how so many of their population has moved abroad, and now their children and grandchildren are playing for the country. I thought it wasn't a dominating performance. Morocco always looked in control.
Yeah.
The goals were pretty good, and yeah, no, I mean they look scary too. Like
Mhm.
they're not a team you can just kind of like sleep on or mess around with. They're gonna play France in the quarterfinals. We'll talk about France here in a second. I think France somewhat struggled with a very defensive Paraguay. Um, and yeah, that's gonna be an intense match. Now Morocco scored those 3 goals off just 5 shots. Which almost reminds me of England last night, where they scored 2 goals out of 4 shots in the first time. And they're a physical team, just like Paraguay was. This Morocco versus Canada was the match with the most fouls so far in the World Cup, with 38. How do you prepare to play against such a physical team? Like, was there like a team or like a school in your was it conference division that you
Yeah.
guys were always like, "Man, these girls are tough and rough"?
Um, there was always
Give us a team.
Arkansas for us. It was always Arkansas, but they would just play like dirty soccer. I would say just kick the ball and like they were taller and they would just foul you every single time. And if you played at Arkansas, like their refs, they wouldn't really call that much. So it was to prepare for it. You there's not much you can do to prepare for it. I think that fouls come unexpectedly and you won't always get the call. But I think for us, like we would always have a compact formation because then if we get fouled, we lose the ball, they get it. We'll have players behind and like that I could step in and defend instead of just like having an open gap from getting fouled. And those girls at Arkansas were so good. Like they kind of like Morocco can capitalize on a chance that you don't think you can capitalize on.
Yeah. How do you prepare though? How do you prepare for that kind of game?
I mean, I don't. I think it's just like in the moment. I don't know if you can really prepare for that. You just know that it's going to come and try to execute the best you can. Because as a goalkeeper, if you change your mindset because things are going to be hard and people are going to foul you, you're not going to get anywhere. Because goalkeeping is so like technical that if
Yeah.
you can't change your technique because you know that they're going to foul you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. We never had to prepare for games like that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how France approaches this upcoming game against Morocco. All right. Then France versus Paraguay. What did you think of this game?
Um, I thought it was actually a really good game. Paraguay, I don't really think they played that well. I feel like They didn't really have any like super super clear options or chances from what I
But they
saw.
play their brand of football, right? Like
Yeah.
that's they've always played like that, and this comes as a result. And I know there's a lot of people on X being like, "Oh, well, they don't play football. They're just like," but this is what like it's known as haram which is very very dirty football when you know you're not the best team on the field, and so you just try to like wear the other team down by just being aggressive, fouling, taking advantage of what's that?
It's a smart tactic, 100%.
Yeah, you played dirty. Like you played dirty. Funny that they did not get one single card in the whole game. Even though, especially towards the like last 10 minutes, some of the players were being extremely aggressive. But yeah, I mean, it almost worked out for them. I mean, this is what they did to Germany,
Yeah.
and it almost worked out for them versus France. Obviously, Mbappe had that PK and that changed everything. And once you're committed to playing so defensively, it's hard to just go up in the last 20 minutes
Yeah.
and try to tie. But yeah, it's Paraguay has historically, obviously the continent that you play in kind of like defines your play style, given that you got to qualify to the World Cup by going through all your neighbors. And so playing with Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Uruguay.
Yeah.
I think Paraguay has always just been more like, all right, we gotta survive, and it's not pretty, but hey, they
Survival.
made it to the round of 16, and here we are. Like, I'm glad they didn't go through, and I feel like it was the first time I saw Twitter unified. We're like, holy shit, thank God these guys did not go through because their
Yeah.
football sucks. But if you guys watch the Champions League, I mean, half the teams play very much like that because you're playing, some of the best teams in the world as well. So, yeah, I mean, not much to highlight from my side. Obviously, Mbappe, you're adding one more goal to the Golden Boot race, which is freaking incredible that we have Messi, Mbappe, and our man child Haaland with 7 goals, and we still have round of what is it? Round of well, half of the round of 16. Messi still playing round of 16. Then we have the quarters, the semis, and the final. Like,
Yeah.
wow, insane! This would be a double-digit Golden Boot performance for whoever's going to win it. But
The
yeah,
most goals or the best performance with goals? Because Holland's goals have been so good, and obviously Messi's have been too, but, like, say that Mbappe gets 2 more PKs, but he's tied with goals with Holland.
it's
Would they
the
both
most
score
goals.
or the most? Okay.
Yeah, the most goals. Yes. Yeah, insane performances. All of them scoring. All of them like this is how you start, right? Like
Yeah.
it's you show up not just in top form, but you deliver during the biggest games of your life, or of your country's life. That's really what defines, I think, a superstar. And so, yeah, Golden Boot winner. I'm here at the Poly market real quick. So Mbappe is on the lead with 49%. Haaland at 11%. And obviously, Mbappe and Messi have the highest odds, not because they are like better, but they just have the higher odds because France and Argentina have the higher odds of playing more games.
Yeah.
Um, and then Haaland and Harry Kane, who played really well yesterday, even though he created a PK for Mexico when he was defending. But yeah, if you had to put your money here between Mbappe and Leo Messi, who would you pick for the most goals this World Cup?
So I wanna say Messi. I just think that I don't know, like, see, I say Argentina is, like, a better, like, team to set him up for goals, but I think that France is too. I think it might be Mbappe because he's playing with less stakes around him.
Well, he's also got playmakers that are feeding him, right? Like you have Olise, you have Mbele, like you have, yeah, that's why I think he's at 49%. I feel like that's our good odds, right?
Mhm.
Like it's 2-1 for him to win. Um, yeah, just really interesting to see what happens. And talk back to our boy, the man child.
The man child. He played so good yesterday. I mean,
Talk
he
to me.
should.
Talk to me. Tell me about the game. Give us a recap. Give us the Sofine version of the Brazil Norway game.
Um, I wanted Brazil to win because I think that it's just I wanted Brazil to win. I think that they're a better team in general, but I think Norway just played with more heart. And up until Holland scored, I thought Brazil had the chances. Also, Endrick, did you see his missed one on one?
Yes, I did see
I
his
was
miss
like,
one. That was
no.
the second touch. Was too long. It was just
It was a
well.
great ball by Vinny
If you
Jr.
don't play the guy, of course he's gonna be a little rusty when he plays.
Agreed, but I do think like that's exactly what a coach is going to be like. I I gave you the chance and you messed it up.
I know.
But
The memes worked.
I think that at the end Norway did deserve to win. They scored the goals, they defended well. Brazil had opportunities, and the Norway goalie played phenomenal. He had a great save, one on one, just
He played
completely.
insanely well. Again,
I don't like.
goalies in World Cup. What?
I didn't like his like persona on the field though. I think that he was a little bit. I don't know.
I
Just.
mean, gosh, there was almost an own goal.
Mhm.
Um, and it was insane to see him like jump all the way back and fingertip save that. Like
Yeah,
I
he definitely is one of the best goalkeepers I've seen in the World Cup so far. Judging
yes,
off that game, I think that other games, I don't know if he's had this type of performance, but like the way he played yesterday, he's so composed and just like he showed up when he needed to. Delivered is more for like a forward.
yeah, no, I mean it was he. I think he's the reason why Norway went through in regular time.
Yeah,
He really kept the Brazilians at bay.
yeah,
And he made some incredible saves. And then on the other side of the field, right, like Haaland, I was watching him. Um, he was just walking around.
oh
He
yeah,
looked very tired to me. Like he looked like he was
well,
just, yeah, slow, tired. Maybe maybe it was a hot day, but all he needed was two touches. And man, I mean, I don't know which of the two goals was better. They were both really good. The header was just like
I think the header.
textbook. Textbook. If you guys have never played soccer or football in your life, you have no idea how difficult it is to jump in the air, time it perfectly, and then be able to use your neck to head the ball,
Yeah,
make contact at the right time, and then guide it where you want to put it. Like that is so difficult, and he makes it look so easy.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
he got a foot on that guy. Like the defender for Brazil stood no chance. And the thing about it is like I don't. It doesn't even look like he's trying. Like you said, he was walking, just like he definitely looked slower. Their whole line was stepping up, and he's like back here, just like jogging. I was like, "Hey, King, like you guys are tied 0-0. It's time to like step it up."
yeah,
But I think he's one of the best players I've seen, and he's so young that he's gonna be better than all these legends I think we talk about now.
yeah. I mean, obviously, it's gonna at the club level, it's different than at the national level, right? Like at the club level, he's always gonna be surrounded by star players. Um, but at the national level, like you definitely depend on your country being good for you to be able to stand out. So the
Yeah,
fact that I think it's also their first knockout stage win for Norway, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm cheering for them. Obviously, they're going against England. That should have been Mexico, but now that we're out, Norway, not only have they captivated with their fan base, I think Haaland is just an awesome player, an awesome character, and cheering for him. Going back to the game though, like Brazil got that early PK, and again, you and I have talked a lot about when people are going to take the PKs and they do that stupid stop and go, where they like move their
yeah,
legs trying to get the keeper to flinch or to commit. I've seen more misses than like goals going in from that.
Doesn't work.
It's so stupid. Just put the ball in the back of the net,
Yeah.
man. Just put it shoulder height or higher to the side. That's it. That's
I think
it.
it
You don't need to
honestly
do
gives
like any stupid dances. What's that?
I mean, you said it, but like I think it honestly just gives the goalie the upper hand because now they have more time to read where you're going to go and you're closer to the ball. So there's I don't know. I just think that it's a not a good tactic, and I'm surprised that a team like Brazil would do it that way.
Yeah, and surprised that it wasn't Vini who shot it.
I know, but I
Which
think
is
that it's not always going to be like the best player, to take it. I think
yes, but I
sometimes,
mean now you see what you get as a result, right? When you don't have the best player take it.
yeah, I think the goalies also read like they study what way Vinny goes, how he shoots it, the way his hips move, like everything. And maybe
Yeah.
like the Brazilian coach was thinking, okay, well now we have a player that hasn't taken as many. Like, can he step up and do it?
Yeah. And talking about stepping up or not stepping up, Brazil has played 14 knockout stage matches since winning the World Cup in 2002. Half of those have been against European sides. So their last seven knockout stage matches versus Europeans, Brazil's lost. So Brazil cannot beat Europeans in knockout stage, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
It is.
Uh, it's weird. It's weird because it's Brazil, and
Maybe
obviously
they,
Europeans would tell you Europe is better.
yeah.
Obviously, the current champion is Latin American, so that's not the case.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I guess we'll see. What do we have like Americas? We have the U.S., Colombia, and Argentina left in tournament.
Yeah.
Can't really cheer for the U.S., but can't really cheer for Argentina. So,
Colombia,
eh.
US.
Who, who,
I want
who?
the US, obviously. And not, I wanted Mexico to win, but now that they haven't, I do want England to win either.
You know what? So we'll switch the game. I watched it at Berry Park again. It's become like our home for football here in New York and Brooklyn. Shout out to Tony and the Sports Monkey family. They treat us so well there. It's amazing. It is a football bar, which means most of the people that watch games there are English, watching the premiere early morning on weekends here in the city. And so, they have good relationships there too. So it was literally 50-50 inside. All the Mexicans were like at the front of the tables and the English were around. And it was really funny because obviously we got there really, really early. And about like 2 hours before the game started, like the English, little group of English people started just, cheering, like doing one of their chants.
Hmm.
And 15 seconds in, we just started booing them. And it was so loud. And we got them to shut up. And then for the next 2 hours from then to the game, it was just back and forth, like Mexican English, and then the bar too started playing like a Mexican song and an English song, which was very annoying because they played a lot of Robbie Williams. Which
Yeah.
I don't think you know Robbie Williams, but he was a British superstar from like the 90s and 2000s, and actually went to his concert last year in England, and I love him. And like, there's three or four of his songs are amazing, and yeah, just really really challenging to just stand there and not want to sing it. Once we lost, we did join the English and sing in their songs because a lot of them are fun.
Yeah.
But it was great atmosphere, and obviously the stakes were high. I think we were the underdog, and fuck man, it's hard to accept the loss because you can't say we deserved more because it's sport, right? Like, it's not about who deserves it or not. It's
About
about
who
who
gets
wins it.
Yeah.
It's about who puts it in the back of the net. It's about who takes the chances that they're given. And Jude did that. Jude had two chances in 5 minutes, and he put them back at the back of the net. That was the difference. Like,
Yeah.
that was it. And he put his name out there with Maradona, who was the only other player to score two goals in a World Cup in the Azteca.
Yeah.
Um, it was, I don't know. Give me your non-Mexican, non-English perspective of this game, and then I'll give you the
Yeah.
Mexican one?
Mm, I think it was a pretty even matchup. I think, like, Mexico had their chances and so did England, and Mexico, unfortunately, was lacking defensively, and that's kind of what sold the game for them. But I think that it could have been either or, and I was really excited when Mexico got up to 2 goals and there was a 1 goal differential. I thought that they would come back, but, um, I think England just being England, they capitalized when they needed to, and those are shots, like, yes, if the defending was bad, but, like, a lot of players do miss those headers. They don't get to that ball, like, in the first goal. I think that England just finds a way to win, and Mexico didn't do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what though, like the 2-0 was just a like a shot to the face, and then
The back
the
2
first
minute
Mexico goal,
differential, yeah.
the first Mexico goal was, brought us back to life. It looked like we had a good opportunity coming back. Obviously, we're good. We were a good defensive team, and we hadn't given up a goal the whole term, and then we gave up three,
Yeah.
and then we had 10 men. Again, we couldn't take advantage of that, just like versus South Africa. So yeah, I mean it's sad. It's really sad. Although I think it's good for my health because I don't know that I could have
Kept partying.
survived another Mexico win, nor my compatriots down in Mexico, 130 million Mexicans just partying every 4 days. I don't think that would have been good. But sadly, too, it's kind of like we're used to it. We're like what zero out of 14 or like 0 out of 8 in the last. Yeah, we've not made it past the round of 16 in the last 8 World Cups. And fuck, man, it sucks, but it is what it is. Again, at the end of the day, like we enjoy the sport. There was a couple of like hype videos that were made by fans over the weekend. I this whole month, I don't think I've cried like happy tears like that in my whole life. And I think, we lost. I was sad, but not like crying sad or anything like that. But I was thinking, like, why, as a 40-year-old man living in New York and having a good life, like, does why did this Mexico run make me so emotional at times? Especially like the morning after the games, like watching all the recaps and everybody partying in Mexico and all the hype videos yesterday. Checo Perez, who's like our Mexican Formula One driver, the race this weekend was in outside of London at Silverstone, and he showed up in the Mexico jersey. Pato Award, which is a Mexican IndyCar driver, he won his race, and he was doing all the cheers. Ignacio del Toro, which is like a superstar Mexican cyclist. We don't have superstar Mexican cyclists. We have one every 40 years.
Mhm.
He won the second stage of the Group de France. Um, and so, yeah, I was like, why does this make me so emotional? And why did I cry so much this month in a good way? And I realized that it's like a lot of like, when you leave your home country to go look for a better life somewhere, you don't realize how much you've really left behind because you are living a so-called better life. Like
Yeah.
I'm happier here than I guess, and I'm a better opportunity in life here than I would have had back at home, and that's painful to say it, but you gotta admit it. And this country's so great at giving you an opportunity like that. But you miss a lot. You miss the songs, you miss the culture, you miss the language, you miss the food and the ability to just, one of the things that I definitely miss, even yesterday, there was like, I made like 4 new friends while watching Mexico at Berry Park. But like the majority of them are the people that were not even like Mexican, right? They were not born in Mexico. They didn't know like the songs that, we fell asleep to at weddings and quinceañeras with. Like, we're driving to Catskills on Friday, and we played like a Mexico playlist, and Erica was like, "How do you know so many songs that I've never even heard you mention before?" And I was like, "Because I literally fell asleep to them when I was a little kid. And like my
Yeah.
cousins and uncles were like partying with them. It's like it's such a part of who you are." And so, yeah, in a way, like, will Mexico winning the World Cup have changed my life? Not really. Not the day today would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But what it did was reminded me of like how lucky I am to be Mexican and how lucky I am to be able to enjoy that heritage and share. a good moment, like the wins over Ecuador and Czechia and everything, with so many people that have also left the country. So um, sad but happy, sad but
Like,
never satisfied. I don't think we should settle, but
yeah.
yeah, now cheering on for everybody, and then starting obviously with your home country today.
Hmm.
Well, that's the second game, but
Yeah. Portugal, Spain, which is probably one of the biggest games we've had so far. I think you kind of expect these teams to be ones that meet in the final, but they're meeting in the round of 16. So that's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I don't know. I think it could be either or. I think that Portugal has shown that they're beatable, and so is Spain. But Portugal, to me, is less strong than Spain.
Portugal, I think, is one of those teams that maybe like Germany, where people are like, "Oh, Cristiano," like folks who don't really follow the sport too closely think they're better than they are.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't think I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound funny, but I think like they're the Mexico of Europe, um, and this should be the end of the road for them. This should
yeah,
definitely be the end of the road for them, and you're seeing it here with the prediction markets, where Spain is a 50% favorite. Actually, it's higher odds of a draw
yeah,
than it is of a Portugal win. Um, Yeah, I mean, not much to add to what you said there. Let's see. Their most recent World Cup match was in 2018. It was an iconic World Cup match in the group stage. They tied 3-3 with Ronaldo scoring a hat trick. Again, this is 8 years ago. The dude is old now.
yeah,
And his third goal was a free kick in the 88th minute. So, yeah, I think we're past that era of Ronaldo really being able to carry
yeah,
Portugal. And you saw it with the last game; he got subbed out. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Portugal wins, but I think it's gonna go per the script. And I
yeah,
think Spain 2-1, 3-1. I don't think it's gonna be close. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What do you? I mean, it's funny, right? Because we just said Ronaldo, Spain, Portugal. We haven't even talked about Yamal.
Our car.
Lamine, yeah. What do you think? What do you expect of Lamine today?
I think I think he's gonna play kind of the way he always has played, just consistent. He's gonna be a playmaker. He's gonna create opportunities for his teammates, but I don't think that he's gonna be the one that's gonna execute the opportunities. I think he'll just be feeding good balls in the box, being a good team player, connecting passes on the wide, and I think that that's what's gonna help Spain win more than him overtaking and scoring and vice versa.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'm gonna take a nap before the game so I can really watch it focusedly. But
Yeah,
also because we have a late night game. Well, late night for me because I'm back to marathon training now that Mexico lost. So
love
tomorrow,
it.
uh, I'm definitely no more booze for the rest of the year. I think I had enough beer this
One for
month.
the year.
No, for the year. That's it. And I was on a really good streak because I did the Ironman in late April. So then I took a month off to let my body recover, and then the World Cup started. And so, like I said, Mexico not being there anymore, it's good for my health. But then tonight, the U.S. versus Belgium. It is very, very even here on prediction markets. The U.S. slight favorite, um, 39% versus 34% for Belgium, 28% for the draw. Obviously, huge controversy over the weekend, well, really yesterday. FIFA being FIFA. I don't think anybody should argue differently. I think we should just accept something that we've accepted
Yeah,
long before this, which is FIFA's a corrupt organization. and
yeah,
when you, and you know, I mean, they even said it, right? Like President Trump said, "Hey, I called FIFA and was like, what's up?" And so it's not something that we've ever seen. People will point to Ronaldo's own suspension, but that was different. He shoved two, or he had like 2 game suspension for shoving a ref after a game. He would have missed the first two group stage matches of the World Cup, but that came as a disciplinary measure. It wasn't the automatic result of a red card, which
Yeah.
is what Bolagan here just got around. And from my perspective, regardless of which team it is, I don't think it would have happened for any other team other than the U.S. I think it just throws a little of like cold water on what's been such a good World Cup
Yeah.
because it, like, how do you go and change the rules of the game after the fact to help a country? Like, because now, like, England go back and say, hey, we're going to dispute the red card that we got yesterday.
Yeah.
And France can go back and say, hey, we want to dispute that yellow card that Olise got. And, if we go back to changing outcomes from decisions that referees made in game, it's not just one ref, right? Now they have the VAR refs, which is three more. I don't think it's good. I don't really think it's good. And I'm sorry, American friends, but I think it's going to put a big start next to the US's performance if they continue to do well.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that people could say, well, what if this didn't get uplifted and say that Flo does play really well today? Like, not that it's cheating, but I think that it's definitely an upper hand for the US. I'm obviously happy with it, but I think that if I were on the other side, like, it'd be really frustrating. And the fact that FIFA can do that and take back, like, if you're gonna hire a ref, you have to support them in their decision to give this red card, and that's that. And if it's a bad call, it's a bad call that they'll learn from in the future.
Yeah, because they didn't even take the he still has a red card. They're suspending the automatic 1 game suspension. Like, he's gonna be suspended for whatever next FIFA friendly next year. He won't be able to play.
What?
Yeah, that's what they did. They didn't take back the red card. They suspended the suspension. It is it's so freaking odd, and
Yeah.
it's it's going to be a stain. I think the US has the potential to beat Belgium
Yeah.
without Balogun, and I think they would have done
It would have been
fine.
it would have been more.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh well, Trump intervened, and now if you're Belgium, are you more careful with your challenges?
Yeah.
Are you afraid you're gonna get booked for something that I don't know? It's too in the face. It's too in the face as to what the sport is, and nothing we can do now. Only cheer for them. I guess you guys can cheer for them. I ain't gonna be cheering for nobody anymore. I'll be cheering for France. I think France is gonna win the whole thing. I've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah.
Belgium played the U.S. I think that's the match where Erica was like, "Can you please stop cheering against the U.S.?" We were at Smithfield Hall, which is it's another soccer bar here in Manhattan. It was kind of like the friendlies going to the World Cup, and the U.S. lost 5-2. So Belgium won 5-2, with
This is
Belgium
March
scoring.
too.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. And Belgium scoring 4 goals in the second half, and there was an event there, so it was full of American fans. I think Truly, the hard seltzers, they were there giving stuff away. Everybody was in the jersey, and I was the only one just loudly cheering Belgium's goals. And yes, she was not happy. We had to talk.
I don't blame her.
And now I just won't cheer the goals against, and I will clap for the U.S. goals if they're good goals.
Good.
So those are the 2 games that we have today. Obviously, we have a couple more games tomorrow that we'll discuss on the stream. Another fun fact from this USA versus Belgium match is this is a rematch of the round of 16 game in the World Cup in 2014, where Tim Howard set the record for most saves in a World Cup match. So not in 90 minutes, because that match actually went to overtime. And Tim Howard recorded the most saves there. That record is in 90 minutes is now held by the Curaçao goalie. And yeah, the US still lost that match 2-1, but that was also one for the ages. And I think going forward, now that we have the round of 16, every single match is just going to be amazing. Like
So
all
good.
the teams left are going to be really, really good. And yeah, some incredible performances I think that we have coming up for us, including in the fantasy football of Mavits football. Let me see where we are. Let's see who's winning. Well, obviously, there's only been a couple matches, but no surprise here. Anton in the lead again. Um, so the Mavits football fantasy this time around is going to tally the points from both the round of 16 and the quarterfinals. And then the next big game for the game is going to be semis, third place, and finals. So you can still set your lineups for that last game. But for now, the game that is being played is the knockout quarters. And so Anton here with the France England lineup. Obviously France. I mean, obviously England scored 3 goals, which gives them 12 points. Their midfield for France won, so it's 5 points, and the defense put up 6. Oh, we have a lot of ties. I just realized that. So the all Morocco lineups are all also with 23 points. We had a lot of ties during the first
Yeah.
rounds, and so we have a tiebreaker, which we ask people to put in answers to 2 questions: which country with most saves, and I forget which other one. So hopefully we have an actual winner, and on the line we have 5,000 ape. Plus, if anybody's using a legend, just like Anton's using a legend here, and they win, they're also going to get a Meebit from our treasury. So pretty cool. I'm looking forward to see how that ends up being. And then let's look at the bracket. Who is? Ooh, Arnold is winning, but he has Brazil to take it all, and obviously Brazil is no more.
No more.
No more. I did see at the very top here PM Analytics, our friend Paolo, who helps us with all the stats and all the data that we give you guys. And he's in second place with a champion that's still alive. Um, let's see, Argentina, Portugal, England, Norway. So he got this one right. He didn't get this one's right, but remember, it's like if the team survives that actual round. So he still got France, Morocco, Spain. So he doesn't have Turkey. That's out. He's got Norway and England, Argentina and Portugal. Yeah, so he might take it actually, depending on what happens
He
here.
is
Because
king of stats, so
let's see, Schlon. I should have read that in my mind before saying it out loud. Um, we have an Argentina champ, USA, Belgium, Spain, Colombia. So Morocco, France, Spain, US, Brazil, England, Argentina, Portugal. Yeah, so he's going to be down one because Portugal and Spain are playing each other because obviously Portugal got second place in their group. And then another Spain champ, we have France, Morocco, Spain, Belgium, Brazil, England, Argentina, Portugal. Oh, yeah. So the tiebreaker here is going to be like whoever has Portugal or Spain, whoever nails that match, I think is going to win the whole thing. But cool. All right. So, anything else that you want to chat about today, Safine?
no, I think I'm excited to see these games, excited to watch US play, and Portugal and Spain, obviously. But I think tomorrow will be a fun recap for these games today. And it's kind of crazy. The
Score
World Cup.
predictions.
Okay, score prediction. Portugal, Spain. I'm gonna go 1-1 into PKs, and then Spain.
1-1 into PKs. And then Spain wins in PKs, so not in overtime. In PKs.
Yeah.
What about the US and A?
And then the US beating Belgium 2-0.
2-0.
Mhm.
Does he score? Balogun.
Yeah. Both.
Both.
Mhm.
I kind of hope he doesn't score. I hope the US wins, but I hope he doesn't score and then nobody can say
Fair.
anything about it.
Fair. All right, let's hear your scores.
I'm going to go 2-0 Portugal. I mean, 2-0 Spain, sorry. 2-0 Spain over Portugal. Can I write the other one down and then show it tomorrow? Because I'm going to get shot. But I do think, no, I think Belgium's going to win.
That's fine. I said
Two
England was gonna
one.
win.
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1. I don't know. Part of it is my bias. I'm biased that I don't want the US going further than Mexico
Yeah.
again. Um, yeah, that's what it is. It's purely bias, honestly. I think the US is a great team. They're playing really good football.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just really bothered by the suspension of the suspension. Like that's insane. Like that's just fuck, man. We know they're corrupt,
Yeah.
but it's so in the face. Like what the fuck? What are
Yeah.
we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? Um,
Yeah, I agree, but I also am not mad about it, so.
I know. It's all right. That's why I hope Belgium just wins and we can move on from the controversy and then
Fair
we'll try
enough.
again. We'll
Yeah.
try. But yeah, it's good luck to my American friends and to you tonight. I know it's not your first team. You said the Dutch were,
Yeah.
but no, good luck. Definitely, we'll be watching. And then for everybody that's been watching us today, we have a big audience today. So thank you guys for watching. Please follow us on Instagram at the Meebits. So it's not our old Meebits account; it's at the Meebits. Here, I'm gonna put it. I am gonna put it in the captions. And then, yeah, if you're not following Meebits Football on X, please do so. It's at Meebits Football. We have a YouTube channel with some cool shorts that we've been doing, getting a little bit of traction there. We have our TikTok as well. It's at the Meebits. Go follow it. It means a lot. Helps us a lot. Also, we've been like doing some really, really fun ones. I think I shared one yesterday on X. I'm gonna share one last time here. Um, on the stream. Ready? Ah, I didn't show the screen. There we go. Man, man. Man, man. Right. So yeah, that's what kind of stuff you guys can find on our Instagram and our TikTok, and obviously the stream here every single day, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Safine, Sergio, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.